All right, let's get right into it. Something really big just dropped that could honestly change the future of air combat as we know it, especially here in Europe. We're talking about a brand new kind of fighter jet from a company called Helsing.
But before we get into all the nitty-gritty details, let's just start with a really simple but pretty profound question. What if a fighter jet had no pilot? I mean, seriously, what would that even mean? For strategy? For risk? For the whole idea of air dominance? I want you to keep that question right at the front of your mind because the answer, well, it's at the very heart of everything we're talking about today.
Well, that answer, it has a name. It's called the CA-1 Europa, and this is the aircraft at the center of this huge announcement.
So what happened? On September 25th, this European defense tech company, Helsing, they basically pulled back the curtain on this entire project. And listen, what they showed off wasn't just some concept art on a screen, no way. This was a full-size design study of the CA-1 Europa. This is a real machine that they are building right now. Okay, so there's an acronym you're going to hear a lot here, UCAV. It stands for Uncrewed Combat Aerial Vehicle. Now, the two really crucial things to grab onto here are high degree of autonomy and, of course, no human pilot on board. This is not your typical remote-controlled drone. We're talking about a whole new class of, well, intelligent aircraft. So, what can this thing actually do? Well, for starters, it's a multi-role jet flying at high subsonic speeds. But the real game changer, the thing you have to pay attention to, is how it operates. See, it can fly solo, sure, but it can also work as part of a coordinated swarm, and that is absolutely critical. It's designed for really serious missions, like deep precision strikes, and it's all powered by this advanced software operating system. Oh, and we'll definitely circle back to that interesting phrase, intelligent mass, in just a bit. Now you know something this ambitious doesn't just appear out of thin air, right? It's not built in a vacuum. So who are the key players actually making this happen? Let's take a look at the pretty unique partnership behind the CA-1 Europa. And this partnership is honestly a fascinating mix. It's like a blend of two different worlds. On one side, you got Helsing, the modern tech company. They're providing the brains, all the AI and software. And then they're teamed up with Grob Aircraft, a legacy manufacturer that's handling the brawn, the actual physical airframe. It's this powerful fusion of cutting-edge code and classic, proven aerospace engineering. And the whole thing is backed by a resilient European supply chain. And that partnership, well, it brings us right to the absolute core of this whole thing. Look, the real revolution here isn't just that the cockpit is empty. It's about what's flying the plane instead. The software. It isn't just some add-on feature. It's the co-pilot. Or I guess in this case, it's the only pilot. And this ghost in the machine, it actually has a name, Centaur. This is Helsing's AI pilot. It's the core software, the autonomy stack, that's in complete control of the jet. And get this is not just some idea on a PowerPoint slide. Centaur has already been successfully tested on a crewed Saab Gripen fighter. Just let that sink in for a second. The AI has already proven it can fly a high-performance combat jet. When you put the old way and this new way side by side, the difference is, well, it's just stark. Legacy combat air means putting a highly trained pilot in a cockpit, risking their life, with every mission limited by simple human endurance. But with the CA-1 Europa, the pilot is completely out of harm's way. And the missions, they're limited only by the software and how much fuel is in the tank, not human stamina. It's a complete, fundamental shift in thinking. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. Why is this project so important? And maybe more to the point, why is this all happening right now? Well, the answer really gets to the very heart of European strategy and sovereignty. This quote from Helsing's co-CEO, Torsten Rail, really just says it all. This is about strategic autonomy. What does that mean? It means not falling behind on the technology and not having to depend on other countries for this kind of critical defense capability. The CA-1 Europa, it's designed to be Europe's answer to that exact problem. And here's another really key quote, this time from Stephanie Lingemann, who is Helsing's senior director for the air domain. Now, she brings up a concept that is super important for understanding modern warfare, attributable systems. And this idea, it's absolutely central to the whole strategy behind this jet. So what on earth does attritable even mean? Well, essentially, it's a system you can afford to lose. Just think about it for a second. Losing a $100 million fighter jet with a pilot is a catastrophe.
But what if you have jets that are designed to be mass-produced and there's no pilot inside? Suddenly, you can take more risks. You can send them out in huge numbers. And that is what intelligent mass is all about, using lots of these capable but ultimately expendable assets. And that whole concept of intelligent mass brings us to maybe the most shocking number in this entire announcement. Are you ready for this? They expect the production version to be operational in just 4 years. 4! In the world of defense procurement, where projects can literally take decades, that is just unbelievably fast. It signals a massive shift away from those old, slow development cycles and really shows you how urgently Europe wants this capability.
So, okay, let's put all the pieces together. What does this actually mean for the future? We've looked at the tech, the team behind it, the strategy. Now let's think about the implications.
So, if there's one thing you take away from all this, let it be this. The CA-1 Europa isn't just about a pilotless jet. That's only part of the story. It's the powerful combination of two huge ideas: an attributable, mass-producible airframe that's married to a world-class AI, an AI that can fly solo or, and this is the big one, coordinate in autonomous swarms.
And that leaves us with a final, really powerful question. For 100 years, air combat has been about the incredible skill of one pilot in one sophisticated machine. It was a duel. But when you replace that with an AI controlling entire swarms of jets, how does the very nature of war itself change? What does air dominance even mean anymore in that new reality? That is the future this project is flying us straight into.